Well, hello, my beautiful Cancerians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for mid-March right through to mid-April 2025. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, this is your singles love reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with a Celtic cross just to see who is coming in towards you. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know regarding their current situation? Can you please guide them and show them the way? What can they expect regarding their singles love life? Can you please show who is heading in towards them? What is going on regarding love for my beautiful Cancerians? Can you please highlight to them? What do they need to know? So the first card there, this is your protagonist energy. We have storms. Okay, so some of you are doing a lot of detoxifying, cleansing, body, mind, and soul. I do see that that card highlights that you've been finding love a bit of a challenge. So we'll tap into that in a moment. And your next card there is adventure, south, coming out of your comfort zone, perhaps going outside your usual parameters when it comes to dating, but we'll tap into that as well. It is in the resistance position, so some of you perhaps have been a little bit in hermit mode or even visiting the same sort of places, seeing the same sort of faces, usual cycle of repeat. So it's encouraging you to step out of that current comfort zone in some way. So let us see what else is coming in and then we shall begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please? Okay. No, they don't want that card. By they, I mean my guides. I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading, and when I do the shuffling, the card has to pop out for it to be specifically for you, okay? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful? There we go. So we have companionship. So yeah, there is a high-level commitment on the horizon for you, but we just need to tap in a little bit more and see what's going on there. Your first card there is storms, okay? Now, of course, when you have lightning, this indicates that you're going through a personal development phase where you are reaching higher frequencies. So it means you're transforming, and it's hard to transform in some way. Something big may have changed in your life, and you're dealing with that at this time. I mean, there's a lot of cleansing going on, so you could be nourishing yourself in a different way. But, when you have a storm, it clears the pressure. It basically cleanses the whole energy that has been building up, and suddenly, if you've been feeling stuck in a rut, everything changes with a storm. So this is actually very positive. However, I can see that a lot of you have been pushed and pulled in many different directions. I do see that you've got a lot on your plate right now, a lot of pressure there, and I feel like you're trying to make some adjustments in your life in order to clear space for a healthy love to come on in. Now, of course, this card can indicate there has been challenge in love. You've been hurt before, for example, or if some of you have not been in a high-level commitment in the past, there can be this lament, this sadness, like, why has, love not knocked on my door or knocked on my heart? Some of you may have even had crushes on people and it was not reciprocated. So some of you, I feel, have been going through a very challenging time when it comes to your heart. And if you have separated from somebody, like a divorce or a separation, or you've been cheated on or let down in love in general, okay, I definitely see here that you are healing by processing these emotions and getting them out. I mean, a lot of you, this is just like a general energy of what you're going through right now. Like, it's hard, okay? And you basically feel alone. That figure is, on a hand. So it can indicate that you have left it up to the universe, the hand of the universe, to put you in a path to meet someone. But right now you feel alone, or there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. Sometimes we have those 3 a.m. thoughts of feeling lonely, that we would really like to cozy up to somebody, and, it's us and them against the world, and we're a team. So sometimes we can have those thoughts. We're all human, right? So depends on your circumstance, of course. I feel like you're very self-sufficient. You don't need anybody, but I feel like you do yearn for comfort and also companionship. And I definitely see here that you're on a trajectory to meet someone who is a soulmate there. And I feel instinctively, as soon as you meet this new person, you'll know that they are the one. But when you have number 23, it reduces to 5. 2 plus 3 is 5, of course. So this indicates you have been going through challenge. 5 is the number of challenge, but it's also the lament. It's often connected to the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands, which is challenge, which is for some of you releasing grief or releasing past experiences in order to reprogram in some way and not let your past define who you are right now and impede your future happiness. Of course, our past, it shapes who we are. So it's very important because it is the foundation of what we've been through and the sum of what we feel we've experienced right now, but it is not the sum of all that we are, because we are more than that. And sometimes we accept less than we truly deserve and desire, and the universe does want to bring us to a position where we get what we truly deserve. So sometimes people or experiences are removed from our life because the universe knows a better way, or can see that you will align with a person who is more suited to you and your needs when it comes to love. So yes, it says cleansing storms there, and it indicates, this is a period of release and letting go. But also it's a card of having to summon all of the energy to make some sort of major transformation or change in your life, to kind of let go of what you no longer need, blow away the cobwebs, as it were, and really make some sort of drastic transformation to, be open to something specific that you want in love. Now, for some of you, I have an energy, and I have to acknowledge it because it's come through there. Some of you, there may be a person who comes in and out of your life from time to time, and this could be physically they come back in and reach out and message you, but they promise the world, deliver nothing, and leave you waiting. I'm just getting the word waiting. And if that's you, I feel like you're learning to let go of anything that hurts you right now, because what are you getting out of that scenario? Someone coming on in and sort of connecting to you, telling you that they miss you and all of the things, but they're an adult and they're making choices. And I know this sounds really harsh, but you deserve better if this is something that you're experiencing. Now, of course, things are complex. Humans, it's not just black and white. There is a complexity to humans where, sometimes there's just stuff going on. But if a person cannot make you a priority when it comes to love, then this is something that needs to be addressed. And this card highlights that you're letting go of anything or anybody that is hurting you. And this doesn't have to be a person. This could also be an environment. It could also be a substance, or, a food allergy, or, something that doesn't agree with you right now that is causing you some sort of upset or disruption to your life. I feel like you're just in the process of letting go of something. And some of you may be grieving. So I'm sending you a huge hug out there if you're going through a very challenging emotional period, because of course this is the inner storm, and it can be that you're washing away feelings of grief, sadness, or something that perhaps has been difficult. And, if you have been grieving, I feel, of course, it is a process, and it will be a process that will continue, and the body knows the way, okay? Sometimes you'll feel absolutely fine, and then that grief will hit you, and then, you're in the middle of it. It can catch you unawares sometimes, and sometimes you can feel on autopilot and not really, know how you feel. So if you're going through that, I'm sending you so much love and so many hugs. What I do see here is that someone who is a guiding force from beyond is moving you towards a companion. They know the way and are protecting you and want you to have the best in love, because you have a beautiful heart and you deserve the best. Okay, so I just want you to be aware of that. Before I came to your reading, and I'm seeing it lots now as well, before I came to your reading, and this is whether you're grieving or going through a challenging time or not, my beautiful Cancerians, I'm seeing lots of coins, just lots of coins. So expect to see lots of random pennies, coins, cents, whatever your currency is. You're going to find a lot of them in really random places. Okay, over the next 6 weeks, look out for that. You're going to find one like randomly, maybe in your shoe, or like as you're walking down the sidewalk, or perhaps just in unusual places, like on a shelf or something. You're like, whoa, how did that get there? There's going to be just moments where you're like, these are signs left to you by your guides to let you know that you're on the right path, and they are taking care of you, and they are directing you towards love, but also they're helping you in life in general, especially if you've been going through something like this, okay? Because the world is a little bit in turmoil right now, and it can feel like a lot of pressure. But I feel, especially since you have this card and umbrellas, there's a little like umbrella there. Umbrellas represent protection and redirection, okay? So whether you've been going through a challenging emotional period or whether you have just been feeling the pressure of the world right now, I definitely see that you're protected and directed accordingly, and you must listen to your heart, okay? Now, also, I need to address before we move forward, if anyone has told you that you're too emotional or too intense or any of those things, don't ever listen to that. You are exactly as you are meant to be. You came to this earth like this. You are a sensitive. You're someone who is an empath. You're emotionally available, and you are someone who is able to pick up under the undercurrent of life, okay? So people who tend to accuse other people of being too sensitive or too emotional, they tend to project how they feel, and it's like they cannot access certain emotions like you can, or they're basically saying you're too much for them because maybe they're not enough for you, okay? So there's something in that perhaps you need to be aware of. Of course, we must not let our emotions govern our life, but we must accept that they are there as an inner compass, okay? So that's coming out there too. Now, in the resistance position, we have the astronaut, okay? And this is adventure south. Now, this could literally be something that you're doing. Perhaps you're going on a vacation, or you're, inclined to go to a place that is south of where you are right now. So it could be that you're going to like an event, or this is something that hasn't happened yet or hasn't perhaps been booked yet, but it's something that you're thinking about because it is in the resistance position, but it will go into the upright. So some of you could be like mulling over an experience like a festival, or a theater event or a sporting event, or something that you're interested in that has been calling to you, whispering to your heart, but you haven't booked it yet. This is something that you will book, and it is something that will bring you together with like-minded people. I mean, it could be a hobby. It could be like even a spiritual retreat, or something that's a little bit out there that you haven't really done before, but you really want to do. This puts you in the company of like-minded individuals. So I feel that this is going to be something really important when it comes to you meeting someone new, okay? I mean, this card literally means move out of your comfort zone. This astronaut is like out of this world, right? It's gone to a higher plane, and I definitely see that a lot of you are raising your vibrations and matching one that can allow love in. So I definitely see here that, you are on a trajectory to meet a person who is very passionate, is a soul partner who really gets you on a different level, someone who understands the undercurrent as well. It's almost like you know what each other are thinking. You're so close with this new person. And of course, we should never assume what another person is thinking. There will be a very open, honest dialogue between you and this person, but you will not meet this person in your usual like go-to places. Okay, that's what this card literally means. It's like, do something or see something that you haven't seen or done before. That's what this card is all about. Experience something new to help like give wonder to your heart, curiosity. Some of you may have like removed yourself from the dating scene. I definitely see that with this card in this position. It can be that you've been in a period of protection because the umbrella is there. And it can be that, the last couple of years have been challenging in the world. It doesn't have to be that, it's a very let's say, oversaturated environment in the dating scene, it can be that, you know, the world has changed and so has the dating landscape, and you just feel a little bit shut out from this right now, or it's really hard and you've had to remove yourself in order to protect yourself, prioritize your own needs, and really try to be flexible with a world that's ever changing right now. So it can feel really daunting. You know, if you think about the nature of an astronaut, you know, that's going into the unknown, and it feels a little bit like anxious, you know, but this is something that is a great accomplishment. It feels like you're being guided to do something different, and that's where you're going to meet this person. I actually feel, you know, some of you may be thinking about relocating, or you're focusing on where you feel like you belong right now. Some of you may have actually chosen to surround yourself with animals over people because, you know, you kind of know where you're at with animals, for example. But I definitely see here you're going to meet a person who resonates completely with you. But this card, some of you may be thinking about migrating or like relocating, or, you know, you're doing something that you feel is different. But the majority of you, I feel this is some sort of experience. Could be a vacation, could be an event, okay? And I mean, some of you, it may be a safari because there's so many animals there, or a spiritual retreat, or, you know, maybe some sort of hobby. Maybe getting involved in the community more, something outside your usual parameters. I mean, it literally says companionship animals, okay? Now, of course, that doesn't just mean that you're going to be, you know, with your pet and that's it. Companionship is a card that indicates you're meeting someone who is instinctive, someone who is not afraid to show how they feel. You know, even the word animals can be this like animalistic, like passion between you and this person. It's like you are in a state of attraction. You are magnetizing someone towards you. You're not chasing someone and you're not seeking it. Okay. I feel this is about you seeking adventures for you, or things that you're interested in. And as a byproduct, you're going to meet someone who is the one. I mean, it's number 21, which means the end of a cycle. And I feel it's connected to the World card. So it can indicate that, you know, your singledom has come to an end. You will be actually going into a high level commitment. So I feel, you know, you're being guided to meet this person, and you will be put on the path to meet this person. However, I feel you have to do something that's never done before from your viewpoint. So if, for example, you're someone who's like, okay, I've never done online dating, and you're like, I'm curious about it. Maybe that's the thing that you've never done before, and you're trying that. It's outside your usual comfort zone or parameters, and it can be that, you know, there's a lot of attention given to you, but you get to decide who is the right one for you. And for others, it could be something like getting out into nature, going for walks, or, you know, perhaps moving to the countryside, for example. So please take it as it resonates. I see in your trajectory, overarching energy means that you're headed in the direction of meeting someone who is going to be a life partner. Okay, so let's get to the Celtic cross and see a little bit more as to what's going on here. This is where the details will come in. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know regarding their love life? Can you please show them? What do they need to be aware of? 4 of Swords, 5 of Swords. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? Is that coming out? I think it is, yeah. 2 of Pentacles. Thank you so much. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to be aware of at this time? Please show them the way. Okay, so how to receive? Thank you so much. We have the Judgment card. Okay, now the Judgment card, for some of you, that can connect to someone who wants, you know, numerous chances to make it right. And you're judging a situation. Chariot card, a lot of you are moving on from this. 9 of Cups, you're getting a wish fulfilled. Page of Swords, the Emperor, hello. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know regarding their love life? Can you please show them the way? What do they need to be aware of? We got the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, oh, we got the Ace of Cups, and that one flew right out of the deck, okay, to highlight. This is something that is destined to happen. Your outcome card is an opportunity of love. Ace of Cups, okay? So this is the final card, which means you're on a pathway to meeting the one. But I feel with the 9 of Cups, in the next 6 weeks position, this is about fulfillment. This is about you doing something that you've been wishing to do for a long time. So I definitely see that, you know, the same energy is appearing in the Celtic cross here. Your first card there is the 4 of Swords. Now, this is a period of withdrawal, okay? This is about you taking care of yourself, body, mind, and soul, protecting your inner peace, you know, taking like a rain check, as as it were, on the dating scene. Okay, Four of Swords is you like kind of like getting your mind together and working out what it is that you want. But the Four of Swords always comes after the Three of Swords. So some of you may have been through some sort of challenge or heartbreak. It doesn't have to be connected to a past situation or, you know, a love experience. It can be that just life is hard, you know, and it's also very hard to find the one that you're meant to be with in a sea of people. I mean, look how crowded this picture is. It's like there's going to be a lot of attention. There's going to be a lot of people interested in you. You may not feel like that right now, but actually you're in a state of magnetism. You're having a glow up. You're attractive both inside and out, and you have a beautiful heart. So, I mean, you're the real deal. You're someone who has a depth of sensitivity. You're nurturing and you're very supportive, but you must also remember to erect healthier boundaries and remember too that you're not just here to be someone else's emotional crutch. You're here to have a romantic love story yourself. Okay, so I want you to be aware of that. And the person that you're meeting is actually very romantic indeed. Now, the Four of Swords, for some of you, this can indicate some of you have thought about going off on a vacation by yourself. You know, Four of Swords is to basically do things in a way where you get to explore, but you are like distant from other people. Okay, it's like doing your own thing, and you know, you're in a place of busyness, but also potentially boredom. Like you're stuck in a rut, or you just feel like it's nice having comfort. Sometimes being by yourself is peaceful. And some of you may have thought, you know, love sometimes is messy and it makes you feel anxious. And, you know, when you're partnering up with the right person, a relationship is not going to make you anxious. This person who's coming in, they're going to give you no cause for concern. They're true blue, and I really feel that they're very loyal, this person. And it's like they're very romantic, but they pay close attention to detail, and they're all about emotional care. Okay, so this person, they're very confident and emotionally open, but they care about people, and they conduct themselves in a very high regard, where they always do the right thing. That's what I'm getting from this person, okay? But your starting position is Four Swords, which is a solitary energy. It does mean some of you may be getting closure on an experience, or you've been waiting for a long time and it's given you an opportunity to reflect. Remember, pauses, they happen on purpose. Sometimes we can wait forever and be like, oh my gosh, no one's coming on in. But it gave you an opportunity to really know thyself in a different way, to really connect to things that bring you joy. And that's when the universe says, okay, you're ready now, we'll send in your soulmate. So I feel you're in like the waiting room preparing, okay? So I feel this is something that is putting you completely on a track to meeting the one. The crossing card is the Five of Swords, and because there's so many skulls there, some of you may have had previous experiences in love that let you down or broke your heart, or, you know, just ended abruptly for some of you, and it can cause a lot of tension. I mean, Five of Swords is tension. It is also a measure that there's a bit of an inner battle there. So some of you are trying to quieten the inner critic, as it were, to not tear yourself down, but raise yourself up and fall in love with yourself and your life again. Easier said than done when you've had challenge. I totally get that. I've been through experiences myself where it's hard to pick yourself up sometimes, but I definitely see that you would not be given the experiences you had if you were not strong enough to take them. And I see that you're moving on from challenging times at this moment. You know, the transition period when you're about to move on is one of the hardest, but you're about to come through this. That's what I'm seeing there. I mean, you have that Five of Swords in the crossing position, which means you also read the upright of this card as well as the reverse, like this. Okay, so I want you to be aware that the reverse of this card is actually really positive. It means peace of mind. It means, you know, you've been through some stuff, maybe even caught somebody out on being a little bit loose with the truth in the past, and it caused you a lot of upset and maybe even like hesitancy to get back involved in love because you feel, how can I trust people? You know, why don't they just say what's on their mind? Because, you know, we have to acknowledge that we can only meet each other as deeply as we have met ourselves, and some people are running away from themselves. You know, some people are running away from intimacy, or they're avoidant emotionally because they've been through something that they don't want to face. And then they come and meet you and fall in love with you, but that means being open and intimate, and they fear that. So they push people away, okay? So I want you to be aware that if you've been through an experience where you felt pushed away or shut out by somebody, it was them projecting their fears that you got too close, okay? But it's also a measure from the universe to say, this person's awesome. They're going through some stuff that they find challenging and they cannot deal with it. And therefore, they're projecting a lot of their stuff on you. This is not the person for you. We know a better way. So sometimes, an experience will come in and you will then be removed from this person's energy in order to be put in the direction to meet the one. I feel a lot of you that are tapping into this energy, I feel, a lot of you have gone through this experience. I mean, with the Five of Swords and the Two of Pentacles, this can indicate that you have a lot going on in your life right now, and it's not just connected to love. So love may not have been a priority. Two of Pentacles means you've been pushed and pulled in many different directions. You're trying to be in the flow and the rhythm of life, but the goalposts keep changing, so you're trying to remain flexible. This is also a card of choice. So for some of you, with that judgment energy, the judgment can be that you're trying to leave the past behind, but the past keeps coming up, whether it's on your mind. Sometimes it's really hard to shut out thoughts of a previous person, and you're like, why do I keep thinking about this person? Maybe it's a sign. Well, it does mean that they're thinking about you, and I do feel someone in your energy who has regrets, but I also see this person as not being emotionally available to offer you the love that you truly deserve and desire. So it would just continue to waste your time in a cycle. But that's your prerogative. You get to choose whether you want to connect to that or not. So I feel like you're looking at your options right now if you're in that scenario. For some of you, it's physically someone coming back in and, sweet talking their way back in and forgetting what they have perhaps done in the past, but you have not. So I feel there is this energy of you shutting down. With that Chariot card, you're certainly moving on from something, and that Two of Pentacles, you're weighing up your options. I mean, there is a yin and yang there, so this can indicate that, you're in a state of balance where, you're open. The feminine energy is the balance and being open to love, receptive of love that's coming in, but also the masculine energy that we all have within ourselves, the masculine and the feminine. It can be that you're in a state of taking action, doing something about your circumstances to make sure that you optimize the opportunity for you to be put in the path to meet someone new. Because again, if you're going to the same places, it's hard to meet someone new. And of course, you're destined to meet this person, but you have to meet the universe halfway, especially when you get a Two of Pentacles. It's like, there has to be some balance here, okay? And with the Judgment card, a lot of you are trying to leave something behind or, embrace a new lifestyle change in some way. The Judgment card can indicate that you're judging your life or you're judging your past in some way. But our past experiences, they shape who we are, and we have to be honest with ourselves. Sometimes we asked for the things that we got in that moment, and sometimes we really didn't. Okay, so it's really about acknowledging what we wanted in that moment. And I only want to give you an example on this. For example, if someone keeps coming in and out of your life and they're not showing up for you, but every time they come back in, if you're not making a change, you're accepting something. So it means, you're allowing this person to come on in and cross your boundaries. And, that is a choice. And I know love is involved and, we cannot help what our heart wants, but sometimes we have to really brutally be honest with ourselves and say, okay, is this hurting me and why do I keep accepting it? So I feel a lot of you may be either going through something like that at this time. I always have to give you the truth of a situation. I'm not calling you out, my beautiful Cancerians. I'm a Scorpio, a water element, a deep feeling empath who has also been through something like that before as well. And I made choices that if I could go back in time, I might have said, okay, don't do this, come on. This is going to hurt you. It's like a moth to a flame. Why are you doing this? But I made those choices, and they taught me lessons. And the lessons were valuable because now I look back and say, well, I'll never find myself in that scenario again because I just won't allow it. So I feel, we have an experience for a reason. But this Judgment card is like a call to follow your life's purpose. And you're having a bit of a wake-up call. This is the wake-up call. And, the lightning bolt is also a bit of a sudden, like, epiphany, like you're letting go or releasing something. For some of you, it doesn't have to be like past experiences. It can be that you're stuck in a cycle of repeat. If you're in a job, for example, you're getting up in the morning, going to the job, paying the bills, you're exhausted. If you have children, for example, you're guiding the next generation. That's also a job in itself. If you're retired, you may find that it's really hard to find your pace or connections to, your soul tribe. If, your friends have not retired at the same time, for example, it can feel like you're finding your way. And that's what I feel here for a lot of you. No matter your experience, it feels like you're finding your way right now, but you are finding your way. Okay. And I feel like you are on the right path. The Chariot card indicates, some sort of movement and improvement here. This is the potential position. Okay, so this can indicate that some of you either have an adventure booked or will be booking it, because I feel a lot of you haven't booked it, but it's something that's calling to you and you're going to take action on it and book it. It could be like a vacation. Some of you, it could be, an adventure south, literally like that card says. But I mean, for some of you, because it's in the resistance position, it depends on where you are in the world. It could be an adventure north, for example, because, the card will be in the reverse as well. So please take it as it resonates. But the Chariot card indicates some sort of change and overcoming an obstacle and taking action. I feel this card is you being triumphant, movement, making progress, dedicating yourself to a commitment. And I feel like it's going to happen for you. Also, this card can indicate that either you're traveling or moving or relocating when you are putting yourself on the path to meeting this person. But the Chariot card is success. It means you're disciplined and that you have the energy and motivation to go after what it is that you want. But I feel, because the next card is like, it's something that you want to fulfill your life. It's not love. I feel like you're not chasing love. I feel love is a byproduct of you doing something that really fulfills you, that you've been wishing to do for some time. Okay, so Nine of Cups is in your near future position. So the next 6 weeks, you're going to do something that kind of like makes you have a major breakthrough. It's something that you have been yearning to do, and it's something that brings you immense joy. But also, it's like you're unlocking a wish, because this is an achievement of desire card. So, whatever this is that you're doing, I feel after a period of reflection and healing, of course, because there's a star in that card, I feel like, the universe is delivering you what you really want and need. So I would say next 6 weeks is a very important time for you to do something that unlocks your destiny. And at the end of that is you meeting the one. So are you meeting your new love in the next 6 weeks? I see there's a potential too, but I feel it won't really turn into a romantic, connection, like a relationship, until a little bit later on, for example. So you could, in the next 6 weeks, you could meet a person, or you could book an event. If you book the event, for example, and it happens after the 6 weeks, then of course that's where you're going to meet the person of your dreams. So I feel it's pretty close right now because of the cards that are showing up for you. But we have that Page of Swords, which is in the advice to yourself in this moment position. And this is like, keep your eyes peeled. Page of Swords is to be vigilant, okay? And it can indicate that very soon you will be talking to someone new, and there's a flurry of activity. You're going to be curious about a person. Now, for some of you beautiful Cancerians, because this card has shown up here, and we've got the Judgment card, some of you may be talking to someone already, okay? And you're weighing up whether you feel this person is right for you. I always say that if you're questioning it, deep down you know. Because at the end of the day, if you meet the right person, there's no questions. You just know. Okay? So I want you to be aware of that. With the Chariot card, the Two of Pentacles, some of you, if you've been talking to someone new and you have been questioning and thinking, I'm not really sure about this, your mind and body and your soul is saying, okay, I think I'm going to shut this down and move forward. Or maybe see how it goes a little bit further and then assess further on. I mean, love is love. When it happens, it's all consuming. There really is no question about it. But I feel when you meet this new person, because the Ace is a new energy, but the Page of Swords connects to a curiosity about someone new. So I would say right now, if you're talking to someone at this moment and you're wondering how it's going, then see a little bit more, 6 weeks, give it 6 weeks, and then assess again. Okay? I mean, I would say with the Ace of Cups as your outcome energy, you're going to meet someone new. That's what I'm getting. So I feel, you may actually decide to remain friends with someone that you're talking to already and feel actually maybe romantically we're not completely aligned, but make your judgment and assessment yourself after 6 weeks. Okay, that's what's coming out. By then you may have met someone new, and if by the end of 6 weeks you feel, okay, actually the person that I'm talking to, they are the one, then run with that. Okay. What I'm seeing as a measure or a marker, as a sign for the one, I'm seeing like a handprint. Okay, so this could be something you'll see over the next coming weeks. If you're talking to someone new already and you've seen a handprint, this is your sign that, yeah, this person is, you know, going somewhere. Okay, it feels like it's going to be a high level commitment. But if you meet someone new in the next 6 weeks or just after, and you see like that handprint, I mean, it could be like a painting handprint. For some of you, it could be if you're traveling and you go to like a cave, you know, one of those tourist destinations where they have the handprints. It could be that. For some of you, it could be some sort of like painting excursion, or I mean, I'm just seeing the handprint. So it could be that this person, this new person, they make an impact. Okay. And yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So I have to give you what I can see. I can't see anything other than that. But the Page of Swords is basically to be curious, to, you know, have an idea to do something different, something that you don't really know or have not experienced just yet. You know, this card has a big old wide world there. So it's like, you know what, the gateway to the world is open for you. It's time for you to explore what really interests you and gets you out of that comfort zone. So pages bring news. So I really feel you will be talking to someone new. Now, this is the circumstances outside of yourself, okay? So the Emperor is there. This indicates a high-level commitment with someone who is your divine counterpart. Now, the Emperor energy can indicate a masculine energy of taking action, okay? So it doesn't have to be a person, but because the Emperor is a person in the card, it can indicate that you're about to meet a person who has an impact in your life. Now, this could be that you meet a person that runs a business, for example, like, I don't know, because we saw the handprint, it could be a painting business, for example, and you book a course with them and they are like the person running the course and have got all the people together and put you in a group of people where you meet the one. So there can be many like outcomes with this card, but I am feeling it's like a divine union energy. It is a divine counterpart. So it's worth mentioning, it's not a gender specific reading, but it could be like a masculine energy that introduces you to your divine counterpart, or it can be, you know, a divine counterpart in itself, or just the nature of taking action on something. But also I feel this is a card where it feels like you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders right now, and it's about getting organized and structured and remaining calm, that actually, you know what, you're going to be fine. You're going to be on the path to meeting the one there. So it's about channeling your energy into something that is more beneficial to your path. As you can see, you know, that water is still. And if you know the nature of pyramids, you know, it takes the energy from something like the ground or water there, the earth and the water, and it channels all of it up to the top, and it's a really high vibration. So I feel a lot of you conquering emotions in a way that's beneficial for you, but also calmly recognizing that, you know, you will be guided to the person that you're meant to be with. Also, I mean, for some of you with that Emperor energy, you could be learning something as well. It could be something that you decide to learn about, or, you know, is connected to a business if you are an entrepreneur. Okay, so there's something in that as well. So maybe an event that's connected to your business, or if you work for a company, it could be that your boss says, oh, we're going on like a team building exercise with other companies, and suddenly you're in the path to meeting the one. So please take it as it resonates. I mean, if you're retired, for example, or, you know, you're a carer, for example, it could be that you are joining a group of people that are like-minded individuals, and you're going on an excursion together in some way, or going to an event. So we have that Eight of Pentacles, and this is the hope and a fear position. And this indicates some of you, because 8 is the number of the self. Some of you, it's not that you fear being alone, because you're someone who's self-sufficient, you're very independent, you know, you have a confident energy about you as well. It may have taken you years to get really comfortable in your own skin, but I feel like, you know, you are you, and that is your superpower. But some of you may like have moments of worry or a little emotional wobble that perhaps you're going to be on your own, because 8 is a solitary energy, like you're prioritizing your own needs. A lot of you are actually rebuilding, okay? But in that rebuild of your life, you're creating space to allow the right love to come on in. Also, you know, I feel for some of you, especially since this card is in this position, this is a card of repair work. Okay, so some of you may be kind of like wondering whether you should repair things with a past person or someone that you have on your mind already. Okay, and for the majority of you, you're like, no, don't want that, moving on from that. But if you want to repair something with a person, I would say the energy is leaning itself to the fact that they're running away emotionally from something, and they're self-sabotaging. Five of Swords indicates there's some sort of self-sabotage going on in this connection, and they are avoidant at this time. And until they mature, then, you know, you're not going to get past that cycle of repeat, and you're just wasting your time and drained of your beautiful love. So it's your prerogative, my beautiful Cancerians, if you're going through something like that, but I see you setting yourself free. That's what I see there if you're in a scenario like that. Now, because this is a repair card, a lot of you are repairing the self, okay? Going through scenarios of your past to, you know, build yourself up rather than let the experience tear you down is what I see there. But I feel like this is a card of commitment. You know, this is a card of commitment. So I feel there is a hope that you have a commitment and a fear that you will not, or that, you know, you'll meet a person who's not ready or who has, you know, not done any spiritual development work or is immature or who like puts other needs above love, like workaholism, or is jealous, or, you know, has a lack of focus in the relationship, or, you know, someone who basically is not ready for love. That could be a fear of you having with that card in that position. But I see that there's nothing to fear here. With that Ace of Cups, this is your outcome energy. It means, you know, a romantic encounter where there's a lot of potential. This is the start of a relationship that will lead to a high level commitment, like a proposal of marriage if you want that. It will be something that will blossom that way. That's if that's something you're looking for. But the ace is the beginning of everything. It literally means a new relationship, a fresh new start, an emotionally nurturing relationship where the heart space is opening and there is reciprocity. So I would say here that, you know, this is going to give you hope when you meet this person. You're like, oh, I've met the one. And I really feel that this person, they may have a pet or they're really good with animals. That's what's coming out here. You can always tell a measure of a person. If animals like a person, you know that you've got a good egg there. Okay, so that's something that's coming out there too. For some of you, I mean, you may even be close to a beach because I'm actually seeing a beach in the water. And I'm hearing a song with it as well. So this may be relevant. I'm hearing a very famous song, Saving All My Love for You. Okay, tonight is the night. Yeah, so I'm just getting that coming through. So either this is a song that you're going to hear, and it's like a signpost from the universe that, you know, you're about to meet the one. I mean, for some of you, it could be that you're going to like a holiday destination and it's by the beach and you hear that song, and again it's a signpost that you're very close to meeting the one. So please take it as it resonates. You don't have to be at the beach, but because I'm seeing the energy and the image there, it can be like relevant. So if you meet this person, it could be that they have like a beach house, or they live by the beach, or they like to go for walks along the seashore. Yeah, so again, please take it as it resonates. But I would say that, you know, you're about to meet the one. And what I can see in the water before I go to the next deck is 2 lily pads with 2 little frogs on them. They're so cute. And one is jumping over to the other lily pad to join the other frog. Now, frogs represent good luck, okay? So I want you to be aware of that. But it can represent taking a leap. And when you meet this person, perhaps one of you relocates, or you'll relocate at some point with this person to somewhere by the beach, maybe. So, yeah, I mean, it can also indicate the dating pool, you know, going outside your usual parameters when it comes to the dating pool. So, yeah, please take it as it resonates. Yeah, we have courage. I'm just going to go one more. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? We have courage and we have fragility. Okay, now the fragility definitely connects to the 4 of Swords and the 5 of Swords with that storms. So a lot of you, you know, you can be an overthinker or a little bit of a worrywart sometimes, my beautiful Cancerians. Us water signs, we tend to like, you know, be very emotional about a lot of stuff because we feel so deeply. Even the weight of the world, we feel it. We can feel another person's pain. We must not assume that we know what we're picking up on is what they're going through, but we can feel it. So, you do carry a heavy weight on your shoulders. And I feel a lot of you, this is about raising yourself up rather than tearing yourself down at this moment in time. I mean, fragility can also indicate that, especially since it says skull there and you got that Five of Swords, which is the skull, you could have had some experiences either being bullied when you were younger or, people saying really mean things to you or somehow shutting you out, micromanaging you or making you feel like you're not enough or self-sabotaging relationships. These may be things that you've constantly experienced, and therefore it's like you are programmed to expect more of the same. But I want you to be aware that a loving relationship that will never do anything like that is coming your way. So relax your mind. But also, some of you, especially since this is a mature person there, some of you may feel that as you get older, that the potential for meeting the one is slimmer, that perhaps love is not coming your way because you are mature. Well, that's not true at all. If you're vibing at a frequency to meet love, I definitely see that you're going to meet the person you're meant to be with, okay? And remember, like, this would be the equivalent of the Empress energy, and we have the Emperor energy there as well, which means there is a vibrational match. You're meeting someone who is emotionally available to meet your vibration and is mature enough to want the relationship that you want and want the same things, okay? And finally, we got courage. So that's really about stepping outside the comfort zone. For some of you, you're going to meet someone who has strong Scorpio or Sagittarius in their chart, or maybe even both, okay? So that's coming through very strongly, but it has bright star, courage, okay? So this is about stepping outside the comfort zone. Don't overthink it. Go after it. Whatever it is that's calling to you to do, it's time to have that adventure, okay? Because at the end of it, someone wins your heart, which actually is an incredible prize indeed, okay? Now, I do not know what I have picked up in my hands because, if you know, like, stuff like this, it just feels like metal in your fingertips. You can't really tell. I want to say, before I started this reading, the engagement ring that I have in there, it's not a real engagement ring, but this is actually looking at me right now as well, the engagement ring. It was on my mind, okay? And I just have a feeling that I have it in here. I didn't choose it. I just was like, yeah, there it is. I just had a feeling that I had it, okay? So there's nothing psychic about that. I just had a feeling that I had it there. But this is an engagement ring. And, as you know, like gems, true gems are formed under pressure. And if you're under pressure right now, I feel like you're about to come out of that cycle and you are someone who is such a catch, okay? But you need to believe it about yourself as well. Okay, so that's something that's coming through. But you're about to meet a person who will commit completely to the union and vice versa. So, this is a proposal, but it can also be like your engagements. It can be the things that you're connecting to go and do and see, like fill your diary with lots of engagements. Not just engagements of people getting engaged. I mean, as in appointments, events, things like that. Okay, and also we have the cattle rune, okay? Now, this indicates gain, fulfillment. So some of you will actually pay for something because this is a money rune. It can be that you pay for something that is an investment to something you're going to enjoy, an experience, and it will pay dividends because that's where you meet the one, okay? So that's something that's coming out there as well. Also, this rune is in the upright, which means, any disappointments you've had in love, you're getting over them, you're moving on, and the universe is sending you a grand opportunity for you to meet someone who aligns with your heart in a healthy way. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates, my beautiful Cancerians. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell. Lets you know when I update my next message. Lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Cancerians, and love and light.